Hello and welcome back to Zing for this week. We're on Unit 3. It seems that the time is moving rather rapidly. We're going to be talking today about this week about two different things. One is about the social marketing and ethics and social responsibility, being good corporate citizens and doing what's good for the country and for our customers and being part of the greater good. One of the things that we are looking at in Chit Chat is Seiko Sandals. They are a new company. They are providing work for young women in Africa so they can continue to go to school and provide shoes that are very, very popular. They're sort of like Tom's, but in a different spin. We're also going to be spending a whole lot of time talking about Chapter 4, which discusses the marketing environment in which we work. As we talked last week, we can adjust our product price, place, and promotion very, very well depending on what's out there, but we need to know what is out there. There are 6 factors in the marketing environment. One is social. What's going on in the social life? For instance, in the past 50 years or so, the nature of women in the workforce has changed dramatically. We have different cultures and different thoughts now, what we like to do for fun. The term component lifestyle does a good job of illustrating how you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. For instance, when I was growing up, if you said someone was a banker, you knew a whole lot about that person. You knew he was male, you knew he was probably white, that he lived in the suburbs, he played golf at the country club, his wife was a stay-at-home mom, and you probably knew that he even drove a Buick or an Oldsmobile. Now, not so much. Bankers are diverse, just as many other professions are diverse, and really we can't judge. My younger brother is an ordained minister. His career was in technology and computer repair, but he was ordained recently to minister to the motorcycle tribe. Why? Because he is an avid motorcyclist. So if you looked at him preaching in the church on Sunday, or in his suit working in his printer business, you would have no idea that he was also the proud owner of a bright red Harley who averages about 5,000 miles a year on his Harley. Next, we have demographic. Those things about us, our age, our race, where we live even, have a whole lot to do with our marketing efforts. So if we're marketing, we need to know something about the people out there who are working with us. As marketers, the only color that really means anything to us is green. But sometimes to make that green, we need to work within the ethnics of our community. It's estimated that within barely 40 years, the state will be at least the country will be at least 1/3 Hispanic. And Texas is already there. We're very multicultural. We grow a lot. And so we have to look at that. Third is the economy. There was a story in the Wall Street Journal this week about how the sales of houses are starting to boom again. And it's not that just that houses are selling, but that rising house market is also raising sales for Home Depot, lawnmowers, landscapers, furniture stores, carpet layers, all those things that go into a house. And then that also adds to other people. Next, technology. Would you say that in your lifetime there have been technological changes? I know some of you are what we call millennials, who came of age, born before about 1974, 79 to 94, and came of age when technology has really begun fast forwarding. You cannot remember when they didn't have computers. You probably can't even remember when you didn't have a cell phone in your home. I've put a link up to the Google glasses that are out. Take a look at them and see, could you possibly imagine going around with those glasses? It has your email, telephone, everything right in your glasses. I have a hard time imagining it myself because it seems that it would be very distracting. But take a look at them. They're already in use by many companies, but they should be released onto the market for people who want to buy them sometime next year. And they're looking like they're going to average about $1,500. Next, political and legal. We as marketers are bound by the political and legal laws, especially the legal ones. It would be all well and good if we wanted to grow a marijuana farm, but it wouldn't be legal. we would have problems. Especially in other cultures, the political and legal concepts really develop problems for overseas consumers and global, and we'll look into that when we get to our global section. And finally, the competition. Who is your competition? Who are you working against? We had an intern several years ago who told us that he and his fiancée wanted to open a bakery. And he stood up in front of our class, because this was one in which he met face to face, and said that he knew it would work because they had no competition here in Waco. One of his classmates said, "Don't you even have a phone book? Look at it." Everybody else understood exactly what he was talking about. We have Walmart and H-E-B have huge bakery departments. Sam's has one. And then there are dozens of different smaller bakeries around town that were huge competitors. And so he was really getting off to a problem if he thought their bakery was going to be the only bakery in town who made cookies, pies, and muffins. They were going to have a rude shock and a rare shock. Finally, I've included an extra credit. It's a chit-chat, and it can substitute for your later on for your lowest grade in the chit-chat. So take a minute to do it. Your assignment is to watch the Super Bowl. If you can't watch the Super Bowl either because of work or other conflicts, I've put a link on the chit-chat section so you can watch the commercials quarter by quarter. There are several competitions. Coke has one this year that they're asking people to vote who wins. Showgirls, Badlanders, and cowboys racing across the desert to find a Coke. It's sort of funny. You can stop it and sabotage people whom you haven't chosen, sort of like the Amazing Race and other races. So take a look at that, and also some of the Super Bowl commercials, and chime in and see what you can contribute to the thing. You'll notice that most of the things that are advertised are probably beer and cars, partly because the target market remains males, even though many, many women watch the Super Bowl. So take a look at it. Have a good week. You will notice there's an extra part in your chapter. It's the job task, and we will have a job task every week. Just unfortunately, the job task got lost somehow in building this course this time. So you got out pretty well, but now we have a job task, and your job task is to take a look at Join Red and the method, 2 cleaning methods, and tell us what you think about them. So have a good week, enjoy the Super Bowl, and I'll see you next time. Bye.